It was very real for the actors. You know, they literally were shit scared of him. The journey began when I was a kid going over to my grandfather's house. He was in the World War II in the African campaign, and he had a photo album of all his adventures, and I was obsessed with going through the pictures with him and getting him to explain what had happened. And even then I realised that this was something bigger than him and bigger than me, and you know, since then I've always wanted to do a war movie.
It was pitched to us by Billy Ray, the screenwriter, who told us a story that I thought was a very sort of Rod Serling, Twilight Zone, thrilling genre mashup that got me really excited about it. And with Julius, who took this idea that was an ambitious sort of pulp idea that needed to be treated A+, to be done right, and did so. We're very lucky to, I think, all see the same endpoint, and Julius got us there.
This movie's set at night, over 12 hours, and we shot it in London in the height of summer. As you know, you only have 5 hours of night. So that was the most challenging thing, trying to cram 10 hours of shooting into 5 hours. And you know, as a filmmaker, your biggest enemy is the clock. That was a massive challenge for me. The other thing we want to do is we wanted to keep everything very practical and in camera, and that stuff just takes time. You know, reset times, you know, for when you're doing explosions or squibs or whatever. It's the first time I ever did special effects makeup. You're asking your actors to spend 5 hours in a chair every morning. The end result is really great. It was very real for the actors. You know, they literally were shit scared of him. I think Javan actually did everything to avoid actually, you know, being around him because it was too scary for him.
It's a well-known thing, but you really can tell. You can see it. Having practical effects on set changes everything. It changes the way the crew and the camera sees what's happening. It changes the way the other actors in the scenes react to or interact with what's happening. It's really a potent thing.
You know, my first reaction when I read it actually was like, this is completely bonkers. It's like Indiana Jones on acid. That was my first reaction. At the center and the core of the movie, it's got a lot of heart. There's these great characters that you want to follow and that you love, and you get to know them before they get dropped into hell, and I wanted to lean into that more. I wanted to balancing, you know, emotion and action and the crazy horror stuff.
This was very much meant to be a genre piece. This was not trying to be historically accurate. There are a number of things in the movie that are not historically accurate, but that I think make the movie work and arguably more interesting and more frightening or more relevant than they would have been otherwise. But this is very much a genre piece and was made as such.